In Group B, we have a winner, obviously, already. That is 1-0. With a 2-1 over Fortitude and with a 2-1 over FoCuS, he qualifies for the round of 8. And now, Fortitude and FoCuS, they meet again. Human versus Orc coming up. FoCuS, the NEXT champion, versus Fortitude, the man who kicked out T8 from the wildcard qualifier. Only one can make it into the top 8.
We were really worried for Fortitude here in this tournament. Well, I guess I shouldn't project. I was really worried for Fortitude in this tournament. And that is because his year for him hasn't been looking so good. 2020, like for many of us, wasn't his greatest year ever. But towards the end of the year, he's been picking up steam once again. He's been looking better and better. Against Lin in the lower bracket round number 1, where Lin dropped out. One very strong map by Lin, completely destroying Fortitude, but on the other two, the human played super well. And on the last map, he had the guts to pull out the Firelord tower push, and it worked out in the end. Fortitude kicking out Lin, very big surprise there. Lin normally the best Orc versus human player in the world, but I guess we already had an inkling that Lin's shape isn't the greatest right now. It was a 0-2 against FoCuS in the upper bracket. FoCuS currently ahead of Lin, I suppose, but historically, this has been a tough matchup for FoCuS for many years. I hope he's going to be feeling a little more confident in it today.
Yeah, should be, man. What a group with Lin eliminated first round. Gonna be an interesting one. This dates back. There's a little bit of a rivalry between them. This dates back to like 2016, where it just kept on happening that these two were meeting, and Fortitude was oftentimes a little lucky, finding, for example, Book of the Dead, and of course paired with his very aggressive burrow rushes, the Book of the Dead could oftentimes decide the game. FoCuS in WGL history, where he was eliminated by human 3 times. That's quite a lot, but at the moment, this might very well be the best FoCuS we have ever seen. If he brings us A game today, he should be going into this as a little bit of a favorite. Could be the second Korean going into the top 8, and Fortitude, well, his matchup versus Orc seems rather strong, and that might be good for him, because if he wins here now, he has eliminated Lin, he will have eliminated FoCuS, and his playoff opponent would be Fly.
Yeah, and Fortitude is also so dangerous in that matchup. You mentioned the burrow push already. That's something that can always happen. And nowadays, Orcs sometimes get caught off guard by it, because we don't see it so much anymore. Farseer applies pressure, human is slowed down, you usually don't have to worry about it. But with Fortitude, you always do have to worry about it. And not just that, he plays so many different styles. What do we see against Lin? It was a fast expansion into breakers on map 1, then it was 1-base rifles on map 2, and Firelord tower push on map 3. How do you even get the perfect practice against this guy?
It's really, really tough, and we see the map picks and bans here. We start on Amazonia. This should wave a lot of red flags for FoCuS. Is Fortitude pulling that Firelord again, or was this just a one-off? Fortitude picks Echo Isles, FoCuS picks Northern Isles. 2 maps that might very well force an expansion, and maybe this is exactly what FoCuS wants to force if he feels comfortable against the human 2-base play.
Yeah, and perhaps he has good reason to do so. I can still remember that game where FoCuS played against Infi's Fast Expo, and that looked so strong with a Farseer aggressive play and then a tier 2 Mass Raider follow-up, applying so much pressure, killing so many units, having full map control, even getting up to tier 3 in a counter expansion in the very late game. But Fortitude, he's going to kind of show us where this series is going to go as far as the vetoes go. Turtle Rock being removed by the humans. It feels like Twisted Meadows was eliminated by the map pool, replaced by Turtle Rock, just by Turtle Rock to have exactly the same standing, where the humans once again veto it all the time.
So too, it also has similar problems, I guess. Creeping early is not that hard, but expanding, oh, so rough. Direct comparison between the two goes into a very one-sided direction. FoCuS has not lost a single series against Fortitude all year. There were 6 matches and FoCuS won all of them. We gotta say, it's getting closer though. Last time they met, it's not too long ago, there was the DreamHack qualifier, and FoCuS, he was down 2 maps. And he turned it around. Reverse sweep. That was a crazy day for FoCuS. It was the same day as the NEXT Grand Final where he was trailing 0-2 against Moon. In the end, boom, FoCuS 3-2. Then his qualifier match. Fortitude was up 0-2 and boom, in the end, FoCuS win 3-2. So FoCuS, mental strength is definitely there. He has all the tools he needs to make it into the round of 8 once again. Last time he was eliminated by a human once again. And there it was the other way around. There he had a 2-0 lead over TH, but got reverse swept thanks to mostly a blood mage. Will we see the same by Fortitude?
Yeah, I think we might be able to see different styles here. I wonder if he has the guts now to again play the Firelord tower push on AZ. If he feels so strong with that strategy, despite having it exposed it just a few days ago. Just a moment ago against Lin. You mentioned FoCuS is really strong there with NEXT, where he played like 12 hours, which is really impressive. FoCuS definitely, that seems to be where he thrives. When he has to play really long days, it hardly seems to affect him. He's got great endurance. He's been doing it for years. He's the workhorse. Normally, in these tournaments, where you have multiple days to prepare, to lay out a tailor-made build and strategy for your opponent, that's something that other people can play really well in. Foggy comes to mind. Brilliant strategic masterminds like also Moon and Infi and TH. You know, that's where they really get that extra bit of juice into their game. FoCuS, not so often. There is where his brilliance shines. Yeah. Is that something he can turn up now as well? Can he, on top of his great execution, also now come in with the perfect build? That would boost his performance up even more, and maybe that's where he needs to catapult himself forward to maybe even get a top 4 finish here at WGL.
Indeed. Question is a little bit, who did they practice with? Were they able to practice with? FoCuS, of course, in Korea, as all the Koreans. Well, to be honest, Sok had a couple of days off, huh? So maybe that was his go-to partner. For Fortitude, he's in Shanghai with all the Chinese greats. Was an orc willing to play with him? Fly, for example? That would be weird, because Fly would be his next opponent. Do you want to give your strategies away? I don't think so. We do have Xiao Keke in his team, so maybe it was him. Speaking of the teams, both are in the same clan. The Lao Pao Esports Club, home of Fortitude, FoCuS, Colorful, 15 Sway, and Xiao Keke. An LP Club Derby for the playoffs. And for Fortitude, it is the same story as it is for Mikael. Coming back to the game after a slump, rising in shape, upsetting left, right, and center recently. And FoCuS, a lot of people thought he might even be a favorite for the tournament after winning NEXT. One best of 3 for the playoffs. Loser is out.
Right, let's kick this off. Both these players looking really strong here towards the end of the year. Both with bronze medals before in the gold series. Can they improve on that even more? Would be quite surprising. Too many of the viewers out there will expect Moon all the way, for example, Infi to make it through, but don't sleep on these two guys. FoCuS especially has been looking really hot lately, and Fortitude found his confidence again. It took a long time. This whole year was rough, but now Fortitude looking strong once more. And, you know, we were asking the question, is he going to be really that crazy? Is he going to pull off a Firelord tower push again? And the answer is no. No, it's a standard opening. AM with the barracks, a little bit of creeping at the beginning. FoCuS is going to do a Farseer creep as well. And is scouting with a peon, by the way. I guess that's a little bit of respect.
Yes.
Aware that Firelord might be dangerous.
Might show him that he can't really read his opponent and wants to make very, very sure that there's no tower push coming. With this extra peon, you can definitely do that. Farseer, though. Interesting. No Blade Master. FoCuS very, very strong with both heroes, of course. I would give him a little bit of an edge with the Blade, but in general, he's playing, like, from all the orcs, he's playing Farseer a lot. Especially on maps like Concealed Hill. And when we saw this map between Human and Orc in summer, it was a lot about map control and picking invul posts. With these, like with the Farseer pick, less likely that invo potions are so important?
For the Farseer himself, yes, but it's still crucially important for Mountain King and TC. Blade Master's super hard to play in this matchup, almost impossible. Like, the top humans showed a while ago that MK plus rifles seems to destroy Blade Master. On some maps, Blade Master is seeing a bit of a return, especially Last Refuge, but it's really tough to pull off. And the Farseer play with a nicely positioned stomp can be pretty strong. This map is considered to be fairly good for the Orc. You get level 2 for the Farseer, then you can contest the camps. And unlike almost all other Farseer early games, you're gonna have a Chain Lightning right away to secure last hits. And it's a race for level 3. AM would love to get level 3, especially Fortitude would, because if that is accomplished quickly, then you can pressure the Orc base very well. So the game plan here for FoCuS is don't allow the enemy to get level 3, and every bit of experience that you yourself get beyond level 2 is just great.
Yeah. FoCuS, the last remaining Orc here. Of course, the Horde has already one horse in the race. That's gonna be Fly. For the Human Alliance, we have Infi already qualified, and Chimiko later has the chance to go for the top 8 as well. A little bit of end snares flying from the trolls here. This is pretty much the go-to creep route, and Fortitude knew this. Disrupts this creeping. Might get punished for it. Yeah, definitely is. Question is, does he have to invest the Chain Lightning or not? Doesn't seem to be the case, but it's a lot of time that Fortitude gets off of the Farseer here.
Automental ensnared, always a little painful. It's more damage on these footies. But crucially important XP. I wonder, is he gonna go level 2 Elemental or Aura? It's always a weird decision to make for Human. If you get the Elemental early, before the tier 2 is really online, then the Water Elemental presence is really strong. But it's gonna fall off really fast because, of course, Shaman will be coming out, and then these elementals just die to the purge. So maybe Aura, the better choice. If this was Chimiko, I'd certainly expect it, but Fortitude, as we said, loves pushing the burrows. And pretty expensive early game so far for 40.
Yeah.
He lost pretty much all of his footmen, and he doesn't even have an experience lead to show for it.
Yeah, and especially with his playstyle that oftentimes rely on burrow pushes. Having footmen would be great. He's lurking around. One Water Elemental is here, but FoCuS very well aware of what Fortitude is planning to do at the early stages of tier 2. Pox the grunts at home. They put some damage on that last remaining Water Elemental, and yeah, 2 production buildings at the moment in the works, but there's just no damage to cancel them.
Yeah, this is looking a little rough here for 40. Farseer gets level 3 before the AM. That is never supposed to happen. We talked about the Water Elemental pressure early on tier 2, but same goes for the Wolves. The level 2 Wolves really effective before Breaker and Dispel are out, and we don't have Breakers, we have Rifles. With that, there's going to be lots of damage for 40 coming in soon. Once he's got a 50 supply army with a decently strong MK, with that also you can creep much better. But of course, it also means the TC Stomp is going to be a lot more effective than against Breakers.
Both are powering up to the so important mid-game. Who will shine more? The MK, the TC. Who can creep up faster? Aura first and level 3 Farseer it is for FoCuS. Trying to get some steals here. No level 3 Archmage yet. Very good inventory though. Buying some space for the TC. But the Archmage for Fortitude is here. Both seem to know pretty well what the opponent is doing. And just brawling constantly. First Stormbolt, first kill.
Oh, the creep got the experience?
Yes.
Or did FoCuS deny? It was one of the two. It was definitely not 40 getting the XP, but he gets that one from the Taskmaster. And he gets the item there as well. Double gloves. Not the greatest, but, you know, it's something. The Wolves running down one of the rifles here. That hurts. But it was at least good experience for Fortitude. Falling back now. He's got more priests coming in. Supply still very even. Ideally, as Orc, you would like to grab map control early. Keep pressure on the human. Creep up the natural and expand fairly quick. But on this map, it's very hard to do. With the natural being so tough to creep and so close to the opponent. So the TC is going to creep a little bit more defensively. Gets level 2. And a Soapy Mask.
That is phenomenal. More mana regen, always great. Human has that inbuilt into the Archmage, of course. Fortitude still with rifles. And the TC is getting rather powerful! But so is the Stormbolt. Here's the surround. That's the TP. A little bit too ambitious for FoCuS. A little diving in a little too deep, of course. He is creeping at the same time. He's getting something done. Priority clearly on the TC, but that is something that doesn't have to happen.
And this game sort of reminds me of Lin versus Fortitude on Last Refuge, where Lin had a good early game, but Rifle started creeping for the Mountain King. The TP was forced earlier on the Farseer. We thought the TC was getting a lot of space, but at some point Fortitude reached level 3 MK and 3 supply rifles, and then we remember that fight did not go in Lin's favor, but Fortitude was able to clutch it out. However, here now, this game is still pretty damn even. We see it reflected in the supply. Hero levels as well. Level 3 versus level 3. But yeah, still no expansion here. And it doesn't look like there's any opportunity for FoCuS to go for one.
Not really, no. Fortitude grabbing the lead in the early stages. Still a speed scroll, invo potion, heal scroll, all the consumables are shared. We got Clap level 2, of course. And now they fight again. All heroes level 3. Who's gonna get out on top? The TC is very powerful. The heal scroll, not used yet. Needs more claps. The Archmage under heavy pressure! Last second TP. Can he turn this around? No. Whew, that was Fortitude. Really, really close. TC is able to reach the back line, trying to get some kills here. Heal scroll used. Grunt hurt for FoCuS, but he's just throwing everything at this Archmage. The stomp a little too late. Okay, we clearly have a game plan for FoCuS here.
Yeah, Militia were missing there. Seems like Fortitude needed them to take a fight, but didn't call them. Heal scrolls used, lots of mana used, invul used. And by the way, the new stun duration of the stomp saved the AM there. I wonder if FoCuS's game sense was still a little bit off. Nowadays, stomp level 2 and level 3 has shorter hero stun duration. And that saved the AM's life right there.
Okay. Not blocked in to his base. Fortitude back on the map. Both, of course, close to their shop. Mana potion for the Mountain King now, but no invul, no heal scroll. He's low on resources at the moment. We'll get one of the items, I guess. Invul potion priority. And after that first fight, it's pretty clear why.
Yeah, definitely. You need those desperately. You also would love to have that heal scroll. FoCuS still does. 40 doesn't. And a little bit of a supply lead for FoCuS. The mana's looking good again. The Soapy Mask certainly helping out on the TC. The one Sorceress, so far not that impressive. It's really when you have a couple of Sorcs where everything's getting slowed down. But in we go. The fight breaks out. TC getting stomped right away. MK using lots of mana. Militia have been called, but they're not here yet.
Okay, he's catching more units this time. Less focus on the heroes and more focus on the units. Maybe clicking on the inventory real quick and seeing, hey, there's no heal scroll. Let's go for this. Raider about to fall. The stomps are good. Invo potion on the TC, and the clap is just crazy against the Orc frontline. Militia are here now, but looks still pretty good for FoCuS. Going for the MK now. Another invul forced, and that is 2 consumables gone again.
Mana's dropping low. TC has no more stomps, but purges are still available. Few dispels coming through. Painful fight here once again. Both players losing a lot of units. Fortitude perhaps wants to go for the next heal scroll.
I like what FoCuS is doing. Oh, sacrificing this grunt maybe. He saw, okay, I don't have grunt raiders anymore. I'm losing control of this fight. Also mana relatively low. So let's try to pull back. And if you have to give up 1 grunt for that, that's all right.
It's starting to look better and better for FoCuS. That was a really good fight for him. TC experience also looking strong. He's about to hit level 4 over here.
Yeah.
Almost everything he finds at this camp is valuable. Big healing. Hells yeah.
Okay, double level 4 heroes for FoCuS. Double level 3 heroes for Fortitude only. is willing to take risks now. With Rifleman, creeping is fine. It's still dangerous. It's super dangerous, but maybe that's exactly what he has. For the first time, FoCuS is reading this game. Oh, wrong! Glass slam!
Jesus.
Whoa! Fortitude, so brave! Hope he gets rewarded.
Big gamble there, and works out. FoCuS was not keeping that as an option in his mind. Oh, and one of the best items. Legion Doomhorn movement speed. Fantastic.
Yeah, FoCuS was going for the creep jack. He was expecting Fortitude at his natural. But no way, Jose. He took that risk. He took that gamble. And it paid off. Imagine a creep jack there. It's game. Like, you don't even have to take the fight. Just tap out before.
Yeah, that would have been a complete disaster. Expansion's coming up now in the south, and Fortitude didn't scout it. Sending over the Water Elemental now, which might be a little bit too late. Supply is getting closer again, though. We have double heal scroll, MK level 4 with a mana potion. Fortitude's next push is gonna be strong, but so is FoCuS's army.
Double level 4, double heal scroll, mana potion. Fortitude's inventory is good. FoCuS still with the Scroll of the Beast, can of course be dispelled. Or should be able to dispel it. There's a storm brewing, Remo, I can feel it.
Speaking of which, where have the lightning shields been? Was there a single one?
Haven't seen it yet.
Oh, in this TC. Hello.
Okay, might be able to punish this. Fortitude creeps is a lot more passive, drawing out the creep camp. But FoCuS is getting ready to pounce on this. Double heal scroll on both sides, of course. This is all about AoE. And maybe about hero focus as well. TC in the middle of everything! Epicenter now needs to follow up. He's going for the Archmage once again. Invo potion triggered immediately. Speed scroll engagement. First Shaman is down. Connects really well with the Mountain King as well. Now FoCuS is starting to spread his units, and especially the melee units should be a little more safe. Heal scroll to save that. Kodo throwing everything at this support unit. Gets the Raider back, and the aura is gone, and so is the stream.
Yeah, I got a black one.
Me too. Uh-oh. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Apologies. We are working with a clean feed, and at the moment, it is
rather
gone.
dirty. Didn't they say they had a backup?
Yes.
Well, well, well. Hectic situations for the players and for us. But yeah, we can only work with what we get, and apparently that is nothing. We will switch over to Doyu, where we don't have in-game sound, but at least... Yeah. Yes, exactly.
对，已经好了，已经好了，但是只有一个农民，看一下，
At
拉过
least
去
we
了。
get the game back. There we go. Sorry about that. Game not decided yet, apparently. Fortitude surviving that fight. So, how does it look? Still a heal scroll on FoCuS's side, also for Fortitude. Did anyone get the red spot? Don't think so.
Expansion is standing now. That's the win condition for FoCuS. It wasn't cancelled. Is 40 regretting that? Not canceling it, maybe. This MK is pretty strong on level 4. Still got decent mana, but low HP. Doing a good job here with the Water Elementals pressuring the peons.
Okay.
Of course, they would just get purged otherwise, and the army standing in a good position. It's still very close.
Both at around 50. Nobody is at level 5 yet. Here we go. Onto the TC. Collapse pretty much the entire army, but also to on the summons. We got Invis now to save that. Uh-oh, you can't save that if you're ensnared. Or can you chain lightning? Right clicks, and that's the Archmage falling. Fortitude needs the kill here now. The TC, the backbone of the Orc army, and he's stuck against his own building. 2 hero kills. MK 5. Can he clap the rest of the Orc army? Everything seems so spread. He is getting a good connection. What a rumble on Amazonia. Going for the MK now. So tanky. But ensnares. That's the last one for a while. He can operate with Purge. The damage of all these rifles, they are untouched. What do you do without the TC? Archmage back from the tavern. Fortitude might be grabbing this game right here if his Mountain King isn't falling.
Purge all the damage on the MK, but it doesn't seem to be enough. The AM returns. With that, the aura.
Ooh.
The double aura, in fact.
Yeah.
I think he's got this.
Farseer escapes to the left-hand side. Mountain King, Invo Potion, last second. The rifles dominate this match, though. Fortitude is now 18 supply ahead, and FoCuS lost absolutely everything, showcasing the importance of a TC in a fight. Without that disable, what can you do? Was that expansion a little too greedy? Fortitude pushing forward. This is going to be mass murder on the peons.
Could be level 6 for this Mountain King. Also level 5 for the AM. That's great for the mana sustain. There it is. MK getting a little far forward over here.
Yes.
Fortitude. Does he have this game now? It's not over yet. Mountain King's still very hurt. If the Stomp connects, the Chain Lightning, MK could die, but he casts him invisible.
And
very smart.
Stream. Oh, okay. Was buffering for a second. Oh, the true 2004 Chinese tournament experience here right now. Level 6 MK. Oh my. He has to go for the Hail Marys again with the little units he has. Fortitude slaughtering another Orc. It definitely looks like it.
Yeah, this seems to be curtains over here. The Wolves getting dispelled. The TC level 3 Stomp is good.
Yeah,
but not enough damage follow-up.
Exactly. He has 2 mana potions still, but when will he be able to connect is the question.
The rifles are firmly back. They were out of this matchup for a long time, but on the new patch, they are once again buffed with more damage, and we can see in the late game at 50 supply and plus how high that damage can stack up. Man, great game by 40. He was down at like 35 versus 50 earlier, but he claws his way back, never gives up. I love seeing this tenacity by Fortitude, something that was missing for a long time this year, but he's back. His mindset is on point again, and it's great to see him in this shape once more.
Absolutely. This was a nice comeback. FoCuS definitely had the upper hand in the mid game, but that expansion, was that a liability? Wolves level 3 can of course be dispelled, but there isn't much dispel to be working with. If FoCuS holds this expansion though for longer, he might be able to claw his way back, and he sees that as well. That's his win condition.
Yeah, this expansion is being pretty costly for him though. He's getting a bit of gold from it, but he also has to make so many peons over time. He's gonna have to repair soon. Water elemental's getting spawned there over and over. Fortitude is playing this super well.
Yeah, the Stormbolt control is really good. Until the TC reaches a couple of units, he's all the way down to 50% and more. GG! Fortitude takes map number 1.
And that is a great feeling for him. He knows he was in a very tough spot over here. Fights his way back. Would have expected more of a relief and perhaps pride in his face, but he's still in the zone. Fortitude knows this was only one map. This series is far from over. It was a great performance by him. FoCuS not able to translate his lead into a victory. Normally when we see a Farseer getting level 3 as quickly as he did here, then the TC can be off to a good start. But importantly, Fortitude crept the middle, not giving the TC the easy experience over there. So he had to go into the corners of the map, where he certainly got some XP, but it wasn't that fast over level 3. It's kind of crazy that despite the fact that the Farseer had such a good early game, the 3-3 hero level timings were still equal on both sides. That is, of course, also credit to Fortitude, who did that well with the TS2 creep route. And always was able to hang with FoCuS. It was really easy to fall behind this match, but Fortitude always did what he needed to do.
But how does this game go without the gamble at the red spot? That was his way back into the game.
Yeah.
Really tremendous to take that one. And that's the fight I think we kind of missed.
Oh, the
Phenomenal.
clean feed seems to be back, by the way.
Yep. Just staying on the Doyu feed for a bit. Yeah, that Kodo was gone. Here comes the Stomp. And then that was when Fortitude grabbed the lead. Spent all his money on items and units. And despite not having breakers, he was like, FoCuS was never really able to threaten these riflemen.
Yeah, it's hard to properly connect with a TC if you're getting focused. We saw some decent splits there as well. If he connects hard and then there's Ensnare, Raider, Grunt follow-up with a Lightning Shield, can be very dangerous for the riflemen. But I think that may have been a game without any rifles, actually. Without any Lightning Shield, excuse me.
Yeah. I wonder why.
Maybe he felt like it was just a waste of mana. It is very expensive. I think 100 mana it is, right? And the top humans are normally very good at dispelling this super fast. But then again, oftentimes you are left with plenty of mana on your shaman, where, you know, the purges of the Watch Elementals are easy to come by. Maybe he wanted to go for more aggressive purges rather than lightning shields. Maybe that was his idea.
So FoCuS, is it time for a reverse sweep again? Just like against Moon? Just like against Fortitude in the DreamHack qualifier? Does he have to go all the way once more? Is that what's happening? Is FoCuS becoming the comeback kid?
Possibly. He has the chance here now. It didn't work out against 120, but 120, of course, a world-class player in his own right. Echo Isles now. His map choice is going to be easier to prevent AM level 3, I suppose, but also harder to creep up his Farseer. And this could very well be an expansion map.
Yeah, this is a paradigm shift now. This map was all about fighting and brawling, and now Fortitude has to make a call. Do you want to keep it that way? Do you want to stay on one base because you like that? Or do we go into two base territory? For a long time, that wasn't really his style against Orc. It was always early aggression, early pressure.
Yeah. It's Northern Isles, by the way, not Echo. Excuse me, that would be the third map, I believe. Northern Isles can also be a fast expansion, but what Northern Isles also has, unlike pretty much all other maps, is a reliable level 3. If you sacrifice your tech timing, which Fortitude is oftentimes willing to do, and you go for Tuskar into green into lab, that is a level 3 creep route that the Orc cannot do that much about. And with level 3 AM, Burrows can be a very viable target.
Yeah. Okay. Is that what's happening? Or do we go into two base territory? The LP club battle continues with Fortitude one step away from the playoffs. 1 year ago, that's exactly where he was. Not only in the quarterfinal, he made it all the way into the semis. And then was slaughtered by Lin. That can't happen to him here. Both players very experienced in WGL playoffs. Fortitude oftentimes eliminated by Foggy. That happened like 3 consecutive gold leagues, I remember.
Would be cool if they would somehow end up meeting again.
Yeah.
But of course, Foggy would have to beat Moon first. That is also a match we're going to have today later on.
Yeah. Feeling the electricity in the end. This could very well be the downfall of FoCuS again when it's the very high stakes. Is he crumbling there as so often before? It's a very, very fast tech to get the TC out as soon as possible.
No footy scout. I kind of like that. It's very, very extremely likely that the fire station is going to come harass right away. Fortitude instead is going for the creep camp. And I think he intentionally moved in the footman so that that one gets ensnared. The water elemental doesn't, so he's minimizing damage on the peasants. But he's not going for an arcane tower. With this creep route, very often we will see an arcane to be safe against the wolf harass. Fortitude is not doing this.
Okay. Invo potion, of course, nice in this hero-focused heavy meta we got right now. Wolf harass.
Oh.
Will lead to a kill, I think. Yes.
And this is exactly what Fortitude has been known for a long time. Sacrificing tech speed, we see it now, but certainly delayed, for leveling. He wants to get the level 3 AM. He's moving across the map, already positioning himself dangerously close to the orc base, getting more experience, getting close to those level 2 elementals. And I wonder what the creep route here exactly is. It might be him creeping 2 green camps here, and then he could militia call on his side of the map for the other green camp, and that could be level 3.
That would be very scary to focus. But he's moving back already in anticipation of that, probably. Trying to disrupt the economy a little bit. He got 2 kills. And next objective, destroy the level 3.
Crucial last hits right here. Also important, chip damage that FoCuS is putting on these footmen. I like the wolves being called over and over across the map. He wants to intercept militia creeping.
Almost the last hit here. Yeah, that's very nice indeed. The green camp can be done for sure. Or the green camps can be done for sure. But not if the wolves are around.
Yeah, Fortitude's lumber is shot to hell. It's looking really tough. I don't think he can even afford that militia creep. Very smart usage of the wolves.
FoCuS not shaken by map 1, seemingly. Very good game plan, very good execution, no sacrifices, very quick tech, good fast control, good attacks with wolves. I like his position, but I like his position on AZ, so let's make sure to see what Fortitude is able to do here, because that is the 40 push. Footman, Water Elemental, off into the Orc base.
Yeah, he gets the lodge easily, but he can't go for the burrows. He is going to take too much damage. He doesn't have level 2 elementals. And this was a cancel, but it was not that big of a cancel. Here come the militia. Wow, he's even calling the militia here with how low his lumber is. Whoa.
Level 3, man. That's all it takes for Fortitude. If he has an objective, he's going through with it. And just rinse and repeat.
Yeah, with this lodge cancel, of course, it makes a lot of sense. This also ensures his watch elemental are going to have more value. But he is now level 3. There we go. He just got it. And these watch elementals can definitely go to town right now.
Does he have the mana for 1? Yep. Mountain King coming, but late. 5 minutes 15. Has to do some catching up. Once again, Aura first. No chance to stun, to shock the Archmage. Who gets boots, by the way. I like it.
Yeah, I like that as well. The AM is strong right now. He wants to double down on that strength. Sanctum is late. Really late. Because of how much lumber this cost. These grunts, by the way. Wait a minute. They're pretty hurt over here, if I see that right. But Fortitude not concerned with the units. He's going for the buildings again.
Of course he is. Unwilling. Like, he didn't cancel anything on Amazonia. And he must feel like, okay, I have to make up for that. TC has the Stomp now, so Archmage has to move away, but Shaman are incredibly late.
Gets the Watch Elemental, but I think most of these footies also were able to get out. MK is now available, but here we see the Sanctum, how delayed it is. Still not finished.
This will be 7 minutes 30, probably. Okay, that is definitely Fortitude's way back into the game. Even though we will have a stronger TC earlier than a stronger MK. But Militia is moving out to the left-hand side.
Alright, it's going to be good creeping here for the Mountain King. Whew, AM very hurt, but he's got the boots. Summoning more elementals aggressively. With that natural being crept, in a certain situation, you may want to consider going for an expansion, but that is absolutely not possible for Fortitude. He's got 64 lumber. For producing on tier 2, that's okay, but for expanding, that is absolutely not enough.
Yeah, you kind of want upgrades as well. You want the Dispel. Ideally, you want Invisible. You need long range. You need attack upgrades for rifles. It's all lumber heavy. So, oh, 2 grunts on a silver platter. This was a little bit too ambitious.
Oh.
That's 3 supply. Oh, stop.
Oh my god,
So close. Invest the invul. Who gets the last hit on the Walker? Okay, it's the TC. Now we got level 2 Stomp. 2 grunts fell for this.
I think that's worth it. He's trying to chase after him with the speed scroll, but the boots should be fine.
Exactly. The boots already paid off. Remo's favorite item. Once again, shows its strength.
So much space for the MK as well, who is certainly behind the TC as he so often is in experience, but is catching up. The expansion now being placed, but takes a long time, as we know. Right now, FoCuS has a pretty strong timing, though. With the level 3 TC, he seems to want to take a fight, and he finds a perfect creep check opportunity. Does he want to go in? He's a little hesitant.
Moving back and forth, giving some time for Fortitude to rearrange his army. Farseer, no Chain Lightning. Relatively close. It's, of course, a lot of mana.
Guess what he doesn't have? Is Purge here to look for kills.
Yeah.
These Shaman have been delayed by
True.
ridiculous amounts.
Very true. Not even the speed scroll anymore. He used that before. But a very early expansion now for FoCuS.
And of course, 40 knows this one's coming up. He saw the peon there earlier, if he didn't even see the Great Hall. But now he's moving out. MK's got the boots. Stormbolt could lead to kills, especially easy on the Shaman to get. Supply lead for the human. He could call Militia if it comes to an all-out engagement. Gonna send one footy down. Is gonna confirm his suspicions. Expecting this expansion. But the MK isn't level 3 yet. That's of course where it gets very scary. At the moment only level 2. Kind of surprised 40 isn't engaging the lab and pulls it back.
At the first harass against the upcoming expansion. This time, by the way, no aura level 2. It was, of course, due to the building harass, Water Elemental. So Mountain King not as fueled as he was on AZ. Raiders and Kodos are coming for FoCuS. He of course can't slip once. If FoCuS makes a misstep here, loses army. And he's losing his expansion in quick succession as well, and then probably the game. He has to play it safe. This is the most risk he can take at the moment. Human is far away. No danger of being stormbolted, clapped, and intercepted, and more levels here.
Ring of Regen for the Mountain King is actually very nice. But FoCuS gets the sharp control. He's getting the invul and the heal scroll. That's going to be a big advantage for the first big fight. And another large item as well. Difficult position here, though.
Yeah. No speed scroll still, but a TP, which is of course expensive. Fortitude breaking upkeep.
Yeah, he had 700 gold there a second ago. So that production is still missing.
FoCuS not even at 50, but his mine is running. If he has to sacrifice a grunt, alright. But you really don't want to get your shaman hit like that. Gets a revenge stomp on that MK, but he's a tanky boy.
And also another clap!
Speedy.
Oh my goodness!
My epicenter! That's one way for Fortitude back into that game. We finally get the first lightning shield onto all the militia, but dispelled rather quickly. Grunts are falling. Next lightning shield. FoCuS is willing to spend his mana like crazy to survive this fight, to live off from this expansion, and it's seemingly working.
Mana potion still available. Oh, getting focused. He has the heal potion.
That was real close. He's getting surrounded though. That's a TP. Almost decapitated. Chain Lightning to get exit kills, but both get grunts are falling as well. Water Elemental did some pressure onto that peon line. Fortitude lost quite a bit and position on the map.
All right, 40 definitely under the gun here. He has to keep pushing. He cannot let this expansion run for too much longer. Big camp for FoCuS once again. He is getting a big item, and that is the Hellstone. Wonderful for the TC. Level 3 for the Farseer finally. AM also about to hit level 4, by the way. Mountain King with more mana potions. 40 into upkeep. Slight supply lead. Does he have peon, footies to send into that peon line? That could be a big help.
He sacrificed one already for exactly that. He paired it with a water elemental and went for pressure. I think that was his last one, so not sure. Invis on the Farseer to get back to his army. That's interesting. And Fortitude is towering this up. Gets a shop for mana potions and he catches the Farseer. Uh-oh, there's a TP, there's an Invul. Is he willing to do something about that? Invul. Okay, that's out of the equation now. The Farseer still needs a potion to heal up again. Rest of the army is coming. Chain Lightning, Stomp, Lightning Shield. Again, the Wombo combo for the Orcs.
Double mana potion on this TC is going to have plenty of storms coming through. But guess what? This shop is going to finish.
Yep.
That means mana potions for the MK as well and heal pots. He used the heal potion right there. No invul on this Mountain King. That's a dangerous thing, but really good position now for Fortitude. Retreating back into this choke point. We have a few slows coming out, but I guess not that many.
FoCuS can't really reach the rifles with his TC. The grunts were blocking. He wanted to go through that chokehold. The sorceress is falling. Rifles are falling. This time, he gets a way better grasp onto the backline of Fortitude than before. Stomp getting stopped in his tracks with another Stormbolt, but that's the last bit of mana for that Mountain King. And what an epicenter! FoCuS taking full control of this fight. And you know what? There's more to come.
Another Stomp coming through. Lots of damage here into the back. Clap also doing a good job. TP out before losing too much here. FoCuS running out of mana. Can't take this fight anymore. Seemingly slight supply lead for the Orcs. Still mining at the expansion, but there's the shop there. Ready. Clarities and mana potions. MK will want to go for those.
Archmage naked. TC needs to heal. How much damage can Fortitude do against this expansion is the question.
Mining prevented for now. Oh, Ivory Tower, I love that. For an Arcane against the Tauren Chieftain. Hero levels. Orc getting closer to level ups here. TC5, of course, the big difference maker.
The shop, man. How good is that shop? Another engagement.
No mana potion yet, but can go for it. He's got the gold.
Heal potion ready as well.
Speed scroll aggressively. That clap hits very well, but the TC also looking for the Stomp. He's gonna hit it here on the AM. He wants to force a hero kill, perhaps.
Yeah, the Archmage is naked. He has no way out, really. There's a heal potion, but that's about it. Raider's getting into position to ensnare the Archmage once again. He switches the focus a little to the units which he caught, and that is a lot of them. Fortitude seemingly shocked this time. It didn't take FoCuS much time to squeeze through the choke, and that makes chasing a lot easier. Drops the pendant, gets the potion, has more mana, focuses the Archmage, and oh boy, is he taking revenge on map 2.
And that must be the game now. TC is level 5 after that hero kill. MK is dry, out of mana, and doesn't have any mana aura anymore with the AM now dead. Expo fully mining. Was a scary push by 40. He almost made it work, but not quite. He's still staying in the game, trying to find some other kind of opening here still, but it looks like FoCuS has done this now.
Yeah, absolutely. 13 supply down, facing 4-3 heroes. His own hero is dead. No expansion on the human side. This is desperation by Fortitude, of course. Having a comeback like that on Amazonia, I don't want to throw games away too easy, but Amazonia looked a little better, I would say. Wolves now take out the tower and the shop. This time we finally get a burrow. And yeah, look at Fortitude, man, shaking his head, scratching his nose, like what to do.
He's finally gonna get a shop control here the first time this whole game. Heal scroll over invul. He does almost have a level 5 Mountain King. That guy's pretty strong. So is the TC.
6 series, man. Great fights. by both players. And to be honest, I am not too angry that this goes full distance as well. Second lower bracket final. Second game 3. MK gets level 5. Can this be the turnaround? He has to wait such a long time for this Archmage to reappear. And FoCuS claiming the next big spot.
Going into upkeep already. Seems like FoCuS is just expanding on his supply lead. He's gonna get level 5 Farseer before too long. Can the MK do it? It's the only way for Fortitude to win this game, with an insane MK performance and impact. But just keeping this AM safe is going to be very tough. You know, MK is nice and tanky, but this Archmage has not even 600 HP.
Yeah, that's why he's going for a potion and the scroll. But again, no invul. They're both racing for the merchant. Looks like the cooldown is off. TC has an invul potion already. Farseer wouldn't say no to one as well, but maybe doesn't have to invest the gold. Just keep the human away from it.
$18 supply lead. FoCuS, when's he gonna feel confident to go in with the AM so far forward? Maybe that's the target. Ooh, the first clap hits big.
Invis TC though. Fortitude doesn't see it coming. And he claps again. Big time. 70 supply lead. And again, a stuttering clean feed here. Well, everything in slow-mo. So we can't see exactly what's going on. Seems to stabilize a little. Okay. MK getting ensnared. Wolves attack the rifleman. Oh, another big clap. We have another heal scroll though, so everything should be fine. MK is getting purged. Potion, okay, but there should be more purge. He's so brave. He's trying to prolong this game. He's trying to get some orcs out of his way with that clap. But now he's running out of mana. He's running out of health. He's running out of life. And Fortitude is running out of hope.
Yeah, this must be it now. Everything's about to fall over here. Double level 5 heroes. Mana potion. Oh, those stomps. Looking
Love
juicy.
That. Oh boy, absolute demolition in the final 2 fights here. A sigh of relief by FoCuS, who's still alive.
And these two very evenly matched. Both games, very long back and forths with Fortitude staying in the game, kiting backwards. It's all about the mana usage, all about the spell usage. How much value can you get out of your abilities from the heroes? MK, Clab versus TC Stomp. That is the story of this matchup. And where FoCuS was able to clutch it out on map 1 with perhaps a tiny bit of luck. Map 2, it is FoCuS's. With a lot of pressure that he was under as well. This AM classically being played quite aggressively by Fortitude, level 3, and then pressure into the base. The delay of the Lodge was very crucial there, with the Shaman being so late to join the battle. I wonder if Fortitude goes for an Arcane Tower with that opening of his, maybe he can keep his peasants safe better. But maybe with that his priests come out faster. Maybe with that he can go into a little bit better of a mid-game.
Yeah, of course, an Arcane Tower doesn't come for free. This is always delaying something else. And maybe that didn't really fit his game plan in this position, but he can try on Echo Owls maybe. That was a complicated fight for FoCuS. Lots of damage for Fortitude when his army was blocked at that choke, but FoCuS still salvaging this, and at the end of this fight, that was pretty clear who's gonna win this game. Always having the right items, always knowing when exactly to use the spells to full effect. That's FoCuS in tip-top shape. Even having the guts to drop the pendant, then use the potion. Sick execution here.
There was a little bit of hope there in the final fight with the MK's level 5. But the heal scrolls did a good job there for FoCuS keeping the army alive. And of course, such a big supply lead. Plus those strong heroes. You know, that's something, of course, we talk about the TC all the time being more effective against rifles in the late game. But it's also true for the Farseer. His Chain Lightning against Breakers hardly does anything because you can't hit the front line. And the thing is also the Wolves just get stolen by Breakers, whereas against rifles they do quite a bit.
Quite a bit, eh? Not. underestimating the chain lightning damage anymore. It can be a very, very good spell. And we saw that here on Northern Isles. Fortitude's map is next. And just as we led into Northern Isles, we have to raise the same question here. Will he change up his style? Will he go for an expansion? Or is it going to be the same predictable, same old Fortitude tier 2 push again?
It's also a possible Firelord Tower push map. Fortitude has a lot of strats to pull from here.
Don't tell me he does this again.
It would be pretty cool. Honestly, I would love to see it.
Since when are you not opposed to tower pushes anymore? I saw 90-minute patch logs from you screaming how we have to prevent tower pushes. What changed?
If tower pushes are an exotic rarity, they're kind of cool. It is when they are played 95% of the time that they are very problematic, which is certainly not what we have nowadays. Thank goodness.
I'm just poking at you.
I wonder, what's Fortitude going to choose here? FoCuS, as so often, is going to have to react. Orc, a very, very reactive race. Lots of options for Fortitude. If this was Northern Isles' last map, I would say he absolutely does not go for the fast expansion on Northern. Hard to do in very recent game tape against Lin for FoCuS to have studied. But he didn't show the Echo Isles expansion before. And in Echo Isles, you can do some tricky moves. You can pull out the Murkamp, you can go for a Shadow Priest early. It's a really easy expansion to take. It's perhaps a little bit harder for the TC to level up very effectively on tier 2. Fast Expo could definitely be the play. It could just be a one-base play. It could even be a Firelord Tower push.
Okay, 3 things to predict for FoCuS. But the good thing is, he can scout. He can use that peon.
And the good thing is also, Farseer is kind of working well against all of these. Blade Master is really bad against Firelord Tower push.
Yeah.
And also pretty horrible against Fast Expansion.
Yeah.
And also not that good in straight-up games. So Blade Master is just kind of a bad hero nowadays in this matchup.
I got a feeling it's a new chapter of Remo hating on things.
No, Blade Master is still cool. Still has a lot of places in the meta. Just not against Orc. Against Orc, he is just straight-up weak. Because of the... Against Human, of course, Against Human, because of their strong counters. We're gonna see now what Fortitude chooses, what FoCuS reacts with, as we go on to our decision map, Echoides.
3 LP Club players started into this tournament. Colorful was eliminated yesterday. 1 will follow him into elimination, and 1 will be the standout star. Will make the future contract negotiations quite a bit easier, I would say. But Colorful and Fortitude, they just renewed their contracts, so might help FoCuS a little here. Of course, they know each other inside out. How well does FoCuS know this? No Firelord Tower push. That's for certain. Archmage it is. Farseer it is.
No skip barracks here. No super fast tech. In fact, we see the Peon Scout. That very often on Echo Isles means that the Orc is going to go for the Shadow Priest purchase. It's always a little risky. Like, you want to send in the Peon, aggro the creeps, go for the Shadow Priest. If the Shadow Priest gets first hit bashed, it can die. And that is a complete disaster. High at Star-Shaped. Let's see if he does it well. I imagine so.
Not even at WGL, you can't hold back with the star-shaped jabs, dude.
That was too glorious of a bash fiesta. But, you know, Fortitude is aware of this move. He's going to pressure the Peon right away. And if this Peon doesn't get the Shadow Priest, that's a lot of lost resources kind of for nothing. Because that Peon being out on the map means he's not getting lumber. So this tier 2 Orc tech is going to be quite a bit later than we see on some other maps.
Okay. Safe creeps at the moment. He gets the item for sure. Whoa, okay, Peon tried to save himself into a building, and that triggers another Ant Snare. Lots of damage on that Footman, but can't steal anything. For that, the Farseer a little bit too late. Is aggressive with the Grunt, so got a level 1 trade-off here. Fortitude attacking right in his face.
2 farm tech. That's a Chimiko variant over here. 2 farms into rifles, very likely. This means they're going to be underleveled for a long time, but the MK comes out fast, and so do the riflemen.
Tech advantage is still with FoCuS. Now building his shop. And that is, like, Fortitude is probably the only high-level human who is not expanding on Echo Isles. As always, just his very, very own style.
Still no blacksmith. Actually going breakers.
Is he limited on resources? I think he just queued something.
Ah, no, there it is. Alright, blacksmith. Here we go. And the tower. But FoCuS is satisfied with his early game. This AM is stuck on level 1 for a really long time. That is definitely difficult to achieve level 2 on this map with a 2-farm build. You're going to be very low on footies for a very long time. Farseer can pressure you super well, especially with the grunt. I like the choice of FoCuS not to skip the grunts early on. Their impact here is definitely quite tremendous. And this Farseer getting a bit of experience from the elemental now. Right?
Did he though? No, he didn't.
He didn't.
Denied. Or expired or something. No one gets to level 2, which hurts the Archmage a lot more than it does the Farseer. But at the moment, we're just waiting for tier 2, for the second heroes, for the time when we creep. But I think FoCuS is not, like, overjoyed at the moment, but he can certainly be okay with this early game.
Yeah. Doing a good job here, slowing everything down, but the weird thing is now, what's your next move gonna be? Because if FoCuS just falls back with his units to creep, he knows the AM is gonna go green into Expo, into Merchant, suddenly he's level 3, MK comes out, Marketplace is getting crept. So there was a lot of good pressure being put on already, but if he lets go, then Fortitude is gonna catch up in levels really quickly as his tier 2 finishes, and Mountain King is gonna be staying alive.
The winner of this, just a reminder, is gonna face Fly. Would be a third Orc opponent in a row for Fortitude. Would be the second Orc mirror for FoCuS.
Great read here by 40. He saw FoCuS retreating back, and it would be very tempting to just creep in the south then for Fortitude, but he knows that there's the option for FoCuS to be creeping in the middle, so he follows and prevents the Marketplace creeping. Also, though, doesn't creep himself, is not getting level 2 AM. This could be a very under-leveled Archmage, but that could also mean tons of creeps available for the Mountain King.
Yeah. Then the question is, how fast can he power level this? Usually, especially with rifles, very, very quickly.
Look at this AM. Level 1 harassing Archmage. You can wake up the creeps over here. It'd be really annoying.
Out of range now. Farseer is coming. Put some little chip damage on as well. Fortitude doesn't have much yet. Footman herd, rifles, I think he got like 2 or 3. Has to go for militia. And yeah, solo creeps this. Farseer and Archmage just, hey, let's just go for round 3. Let's just duke it out among each other.
What a creep route for the MK. Creeping the Merc right away for level 2 without elementals. Might take a lot of damage for this, but I guess it's working out okay. And the AM is just playing a harassing mid-game style. That's so interesting.
He's sacrificing the aura for a long time, though. Not too sure how good the Mountain King will be without level 2 aura.
Daytime. Daytime gonna be reached in a moment, which is very important on this map. We only have one shop, and at daytime, Invul and Heal Scroll become available. Especially that Heal Scroll makes a giant difference.
Gets his Endurance Aura now. He should definitely go for level 2 Endurance Aura. Like Water Elementals against the soon coming Shaman. Oh, there's the first Shaman already. And the second one. They don't do much anymore. So if he gets level 3, then it's definitely Aura. It's an arms race between MK and TC. Farseer is still creeping with the army. Not doing the same as Fortitude and sacrificing that hero while he's far away from Chain Lightning. I'm not too sure if I like it.
Oh, can he get range for the Stormbolt? Steal?
Nope.
Not quite.
Okay, time to run for FoCuS. Gets the invo potion and the heal scroll as well. That was super important.
FoCuS didn't want to take a fight right there. Fortitude had militia on the way in case of a fight breaking out. Sends them back. Well done. The marketplace is still up for grabs up there. If the MK solo creeps this, that's going to be his level 3.
Farseer can't go in with the chain lightning. Doesn't want to get in, I think. Scroll of the Beast can be powerful. Wand of Mana stealing against, or for the 2 melee heroes, Mountain King TC. Very, very good. But we finally get level 2 Stomp. We finally get the Mercenary Camp opened up for FoCuS and expansion. FoCuS is working on his win condition.
Level 3 Mountain King. Is it time to go now? Fortitude 800 gold? Where's all that gold coming from?
I don't know. He never got any items, I think.
Yeah, true.
That's where he saved a lot of gold.
He's getting them now. Mana potions for the Mountain King. I heard it's in fashion right now. FoCuS healing up, getting ready for the push. He's expecting certainly a push, and seems like that will be coming here soon. AM, good damage inventory, claws and gloves. Getting closer to 3. With that, we'll be going for an aura. The aura, I suppose. Still around 600 gold for 40. Not producing.
Risky play. Farseer here could be caught. Is he going for an Invis again? As he did before? Heal scroll he got. Is he willing to sacrifice his TP for this? Yeah, no staff either.
Yeah, you had to. Invis was dispelled there with the priest. Well done. So that was the only way to get out. You got the double heal scrolls. Alright, here comes 40. Slight supply lead. Close to 1 level up. Has an invul, but no heal scroll for 40 against 2 for FoCuS.
Yeah, both have a mana potion. Again, these explosive fights. Who gets the better position? Can he snipe the shaman? They seem very protected. TC out of the fight for a long time. The opening clap was real good. How is FoCuS following this up? The MK block against the TC is crazy good. He couldn't get a single stomp off.
And the militia about to arrive. Now they don't have much uptime anymore, but it's a little bit of confusion. At the very least.
Oh, no lightning shield yet. And also, the shaman are exposed. FoCuS had to react immediately. Now we see the lightning shield dealing with the police rather quickly. Level 2 aura soon. Here we go. That clap was nice. Follows this up. Still no lightning shield on that TC. I think he burned through his mana before.
Yeah, shaman don't have too much left. That's a wonderful stomp though right there in the middle of everything. Clap on the other side. Who has the better spells? Mana potion available on both sides. Another stomp looking good. Another clap looking good. MK very hurt though.
Yeah, does he have something? Yeah, he has an invo potion. Then he can be healed. Supply-wise, 10 supply lead still. Farseer! Dead! Stormbolt out of nowhere. For once it wasn't Clap. He was stunned despite... Okay, there was no healing, but despite the invo potion. What can you do now? FoCuS. Tournament life hanging on. A threat by now.
That wand of mana stealing making such a big difference. One more clap, one less stomp. Did that change this fight around? Quite possibly. Great push by Fortitude with some good items, upgrades, hero levels coming in quite just a little bit before FoCuS was ready with an advantage. And that expansion going down is
so expensive.
Catastrophic.
As I said, FoCuS winning, FoCuS work on his win condition. Well, scratch that. He's getting up to 50. But this is map control for 40. If he wants to go to the shop, he can. No necessity for that at the moment. But there's a chance. Waiting for the unit upgrades. Getting more damage on the rifleman. Oh, again the shaman caught. There wasn't much mana. Invest the clap to get the kill. Every shaman killed is less purge, less lightning shield, less damage. And Fortitude, he doesn't care about his map control. He just pushes forward. He wants his quarterfinal.
Farseer is back. Burrows loaded up. Burrows, by the way, no reinforced defenses. Could be sniped by by rifles quite easily.
Remo, we already eliminated the AWL champion. We're about to eliminate the NEXT champion. The best orc of all time has already been eliminated as well. What is this Gold League? Desperation fight by FoCuS. Has to push this back.
Yeah, the player said we're gonna have 3 orcs in the top 3. I'm not so sure about that anymore. TC in trouble, dropping low, is gonna be forced back. Mana potion again, another nice clap. There's more stomp though as well. TC looking for the perfect connection. Gets it on the Mountain King. Hail Mary play for a hero kill perhaps? No. Not doing it. Only level 1 Chain Lightning. Not that dangerous. The Grunts trying to get the kills on the rifles can't get them. They're getting slowed. They're getting killed. Grunts going down one after the next. Level 4 on the AM. And a big supply lead for Fortitude, finding so many kills.
There's still a heal potion. There's still an invo potion. This MK is safe. TC needs to catch the breath. Finally level 3 Farseer. Has to go for Chain Lightning 2. That is the X factor now. Fortitude probably doesn't know that he picks this, but could be Wolves, could be Chain Lightning. You will see it quickly. So far, FoCuS holds, but he's bruised and beaten and out of breath. 1-2-1 build, by the way, for Fortitude, who's now going for heal scrolls and another invo potion. He knows the only way he can lose this game is hero kills.
Yeah, if 40 had more lumber, I suppose he would be going for an expansion, but that is not the case. Army for 40 doesn't even look that big, but the Mountain King in the front line. That guy is worth more than 5 supply.
Again.
The clap out of invis, lots of damage.
Sniping the Shaman over and over. Archmage hits like a truck. Easy kill on that one. Is he willing to invest more? Doesn't even need it. 2 units killed again. FoCuS scratching all his change together. Spending it on whatever he can. Farseer split from the army. Got a heal scroll.
I'm really liking these, loving these aggressive shops nowadays. Orcs have been doing this for a really long time. Inhumans started realizing as well how valuable this can be with clarities and mana potions, specifically also region scrolls oftentimes.
FoCuS literally scratching his head. What's the way out of this? 10 supply down. MK closing in on 5. Second parry up, making hero nukes even harder. Okay, there is a TP. Is he forced into that? FoCuS takes a little while to arrive in that fight, and he gives another invite to a glorious, glorious clap. TC as well, though. Fortitude refuses to TP out. That's dangerous, but hammer to the head of the TC. Very, very powerful now. Of course, he has no survivability anymore. No potion, nothing. Getting clapped, getting right-clicked, getting killed. And that is FoCuS eliminated. No chance without the Cattleman.
Oh, that level 3 clap towards the end. A thunderous ending for Fortitude. A wonderful performance. And a playoff run that we wouldn't have been able to dream of a few months ago. Fortitude reclaims his former shape once again. Kicks out Lin and FoCuS.
Again, this keeps on happening in Gold Leagues. Fortitude over FoCuS. The Cinderella story of 40 continues. He was on the pinnacle of his shape in December and January of 2019, early 2020, and then what a crash that was. From January to June, nothing was working. He couldn't even qualify for the summer edition. Rank 3 in the world, wasn't qualified for the main event. Slowly but steady, climbing his way back to the top. Eliminating Lin, eliminating FoCuS. Fly, you need to do your homework.
That's gonna be a great game. Looking forward to that in the top 8. And the humans have another Paragon to look up to.
Finally.
A lot of eyes were on Sock, but he didn't have the greatest tournament here. He's out. Infi is making it through. 40 is making it through. And maybe Chimiko later as well.
Unbelievable. Yeah, could be 3 human, 3 undeads. FoCuS started this tournament so well with this destruction of Lin. 2-0 in the mirror, wasn't even close, he was tower pushing the ultimate legend. And then that's it. And then there was 1-2-0, a little stronger. And then there was Fortitude, a little stronger. Another Chinese. 5 Chinese. That's the last one, though. As the next 2 matches don't have Chinese participation, but a strong showing. Definitely. Whew, 2 very, very good series. And I can't wait to hear from Fortitude. Very honest, very insightful in his interviews. We saw the double fist rising right after the match. Heartbreaking for FoCuS, who we really thought has a shot. But no. Wasn't able to come back this time. Not as it was in next.
Yeah. Rough number of matches here for FoCuS. Rough, or hard opponents, I should say. With Lin 1-0 and really strongly playing Fortitude. FoCuS didn't really mess up today. I wouldn't say so. It was just Fortitude playing really, really well. The one, I think, perhaps clear mess up, Amazonia. Not scouting around, not looking for the red camp creep. You mentioned it earlier after the game in the analysis. Without that red camp snipe, can Fortitude even win that game? Fairly unlikely. But you know what? Sometimes you need a little bit of luck. That combined with a lot of skill today gave Fortitude the victory.
What's this confidence by Fortitude nowadays? Against Lin, he plays the Fire Lord. Against FoCuS, he went for this ultra greedy red spot creep. Seemingly he knows what to do. And he does it really, really well. The Crab King, he's back.
Yeah, willing to take some risks. That's always great to see from a competitor when they don't just always play it safe, but go for calculated risks. And when it pays off, all the more glory to them. Can he do it against Fly again? Imagine that. Imagine he takes out the 3 best orcs in a row in the world.
Yeah, he was really good at that last year. And then there was Lin in the semi-final and showed the world how to play against human. That was so brutal. There was no chance for Fortitude in that semi-final. But maybe he learned in that 1 year. We have the winner interview, and of course, once again, we have Vangolia and Aragorn Wong ready for the translation. This, yeah, I'm really curious now what he has to say. Whenever he speaks, you can feel the heart that goes into this competition. He never really aligned with any of the Chinese camps. Not with the Infis and THs, not with the Yumikos and WFZs on the other side. He's a lone wolf, apparently, until the LP Club picked him up. So, first question. Fortitude, 2-1. How do you feel about this result? Did you expect to win? And his answer, well, the games more or less went as I expected. Okay, dude. You two used relatively similar strategies on all 3 maps. But on the second map, he was able to hold his expansion. And won the game on Northern Isles. What's the reason for the loss on map 2? Well, main thing is, I kind of forgot about the rifle upgrades. We didn't even really see that. With the early game, I lacked lumber. And later when I had it, I forgot. So, whoopsie, rifles weren't as strong as they could have been. So I couldn't push as hard as I wanted to. And then that's why the Expo stayed up, and that got him the lead in game 2. MK and TC, the area of effect, both look so strong when we see it in the game. What do you think is better? Well, that depends on the unit composition. If I can get into the middle of everything, the MK is better. After all, human imba. But with a smile on his face. I hope that is the right translation and Bengolia is not making this up. So now you advance to the quarterfinals. Did you reach your goal? I think I finished my personal mission. But I hope I can reach the semifinals. So everything now is a bonus to him. And I think that is very, very fair as well. Fan question. Can you hold Shao Kai's tier 2 tower rush? I think I can. Human is good on defending tower rushes. Especially with militia, I guess. Or with double racks. Okay. I would have loved a statement against Fly or towards Fly, but okay. Can't have it all. What we got is 2 more matches here today. It's gonna be the last remaining Western representative in Foggy versus Moon, the rematch. And we have Chemico versus Lawlight, Battle of the Korean Brothers for the last spot in the quarterfinals. As this is the World Championship, we keep the feed clean from any alerts, and you throw a couple of subs at us nonetheless, even though your name isn't on the screen. So thank you very much for that. We got Carl Banks with a 10-month resub. Gurtze. My own Precious with the sub. Arius. Laufair. LOL. 7-month resub. Whoop-de-whoop. B2W best content. Awesome WC3 weeks ahead. Good job, guys. And Burning Blades with the 4-month resub as well. Thank you for the casting, Neo and Remo. Much love. We have much love for you all as well, tuning in on this Friday afternoon. If you want to support what we do, showing you the best competitive Warcraft on the planet, feel free to help us out with a sub or with a little donation. You can even use your Amazon Prime and sub for free and nonetheless support us. You can also buy some merchandise over at our Streamlabs shop. Buy some Christmas presents for your loved ones. How to express love better than with a Back to Warcraft hoodie. I don't know. And of course, you can also support us by following us on this channel. Subscribe to YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share what we post. Like what we post. Comment on us. We want to hear your community voice as well. So you have a little bit of time to do all of that now as we have an 8-minute break. And then it's time for Foggy, the boxing champion, once again stepping into the ring with Moon. Thank you, Ganfi, for the sub. See you in 8 minutes.